Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and my weekly analysis video of the financial markets. Keep in mind that these videos are not financial advice and should not be taken as such. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. Also, I usually live stream on Tuesdays and Wednesday morning, about 5 to 10 minutes before the market open, the New York session. So mark your calendars, and I will be posting a notification that I'm going live. So I hope I see a lot of you there. So let me try to keep this video between 15 and 20 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer because I start drawing lines and so it takes a little longer. But anyways, let's jump into the charts and analyze these markets here, what happened last week and what we might see this upcoming week. So we have 3 days left in the month. So the monthly chart will be in play. For longer term plays. So let's take a look here. S&P 500. This is the daily chart. We had a nice move down, like I called. This is the top. We are not going higher than this. I mean, this would be if we take out this top, I mean, we're going way higher if we do. But I'm strongly against that. I don't think this is gonna happen. But anyways, this is the daily chart. So Friday we had a green day. We took out this body of this red candle, and we're sitting right at the 50-day moving average. So we might see another day or two to the upside. As long as we don't close above this red bar and the 20-day moving average, we're going to roll over and go back down. And this is the weekly chart. So we almost came down to the 20-day moving average and the support right over here. So on the weekly chart, I think we're just going to pull back a little and come right back down. And the monthly chart. So it's currently a topping tail. Once again, I'm reminding you of this pattern right over here, what happened here. And this is exactly what's playing out. So if this monthly candle next 3 days closes below this green candle, it is the probability is very high that we are going way lower, okay, in the upcoming months. So let's go to NASDAQ. That's my main indicator. What I trade, what I watch the most, and it was more dramatic of a move down on the NASDAQ, as you can see, from almost 21,000 to 19,000. $2,000 loss or 2,000 point loss within 2 weeks. Okay, no, maybe 3 weeks if you want to count this candle. Yeah, about 3 weeks. But we failed to close above this red candle. So, but I think the 50-day moving average is still rising. So we are probably going higher, just like S&P 500. To have this 50 roll over and start declining. The 20 is already declining. So once this 20 breaks, crosses over the 50, it will be more clear that we're going lower. So let's go to weekly chart. So the weekly chart is telling me definitely we're going lower. We're not going to break these highs. I mean, the probabilities of breaking these highs are very slim to none. I mean, it's for one particular reason of my trading strategy, which I don't really want to um, disclose, which is pretty powerful strategy. And these two candles just took out these, let's see, 5 weeks of work by the bulls. So I had a feeling that the 20 is going to be some kind of a reaction to the upside. That's exactly what happened. We reached the support level and we bounced back. Okay, so we had the first crack at it, the second crack, and a small pullback to the upside, and we're going to break right through it. That's what I think is going to happen because of this big move down. I mean, actually, we can measure this move. It was 10%, and then it closed at roughly 9. Let's just call it 9%, 8 3/4. So now, if this if this goes up and breaks the high, so let's just say we go from here and break. We need to go 10% from the current level to break the high. Is it possible? Sure it is. Anything is possible. Is it likely it's going to happen? I doubt it. We are way overbought, and we had 1, 2, 3 pushes to the upside. That's what you usually see 3 to 5 pushes. But in the current state of economy and with the election year and everything else, we're going lower. That's what I say. And we are almost, this is the monthly chart, we almost took out this green bar. I think we will. Next 3 days, we're going to take it out. So 18,800. So 400 points, let's just call it 400 points down. And we can do this in 1 day, actually. So, yeah, 2% move in 1 day. We can do this in 1 day. We got 3 days to do that. So, so let's move on to the Dow Jones, the daily chart. Actually, let's go back to Nasdaq. I want to take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so I think we're going to have a pullback to the upside because the 200-day moving average is still rising, and we need to come up a little more and pull it down so it rolls over. So as you can see here, back here, see how the 200 was rolling over. We were way oversold, so we came back up, but we failed to break and produce new lows. So we had the higher lows and just moved back up. Of course, that we might see the same thing happen, just like here, but I doubt it. We are way overbought. But anyways, let's go to Dow Jones, the daily chart. So as you remember, I said this move up 2 weeks ago. I called the move up. We had a pullback, and I said we're going to have a reaction to the upside once we come down to the support level here and the 20-day moving average, and that's exactly what happened. So now we are above the support levels, and we had this big green candle on Friday. 1.5%. So that would indicate possibly another move to the upside and possibly roll over. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. So, I mean, the weekly looks bullish still, but this topping tail is the problem. I don't think we're going to break above it. So we're going to see it probably move to the upside a little more. And let's take a look at the weekly here. I did the 4-hour chart. Yeah, so we are above the 50. So I think, yeah, we're going to see it probably move to the upside maybe Monday and probably roll over. I mean, this was pretty powerful bar. And usually when you have this kind of move, we usually go right to the 200-day moving average, which we almost did. Not quite. So we might have get a second crack at it. So that was the daily chart and the weekly. And the monthly looks, we broke above this red bar, right? So 3 days in this month. So what's going to happen? Are we going to close this candle out as a nice solid bar? Or just one day up and close below the red bar? We shall see. And let's go to Russell 2000. So as you remember, I mentioned a couple weeks ago, or last 2 weeks, the use it looked like we're going to have a sell off of Nasdaq and roll over into the small caps, which is the Russell. That's exactly what happened. We stayed above the 200-day moving average. We had this move back. We had this move up. We just erased all this action with one bar, and we had a continuation. So that was important. We had a pullback to the support and move up. One red bar, and we took it out with 2 days. So now it looks like we might see, well, we're probably going to see continuation to the upside because of this powerful move. But if we see a negative, a red bar, and just erases these 2 days, that would look like a double top to me. But the more likely move is just the upside on the daily chart. On the weekly, same thing on the weekly. But now there's a bunch of resistance on this level here, 2400. It's called 2400. So we got roughly 100 points. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. So we cleared this resistance level. So we are above it. So we're probably going to see continuation of this. And the monthly chart just confirms it because this is a big bar. Okay, so 2400 would be right over here. So I think that's going to happen. Even on the monthly chart, we might see the retest the all-time highs. So that looks different than S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. Let's go to crude oil, the daily chart. As you remember, I said last week we broke below this green bar. We just completely erased it. So I said we're going lower. We're going to retest this 200-day moving average. And that's exactly what happened. So now we're sitting right at 200. The 50 is kind of flat. The 200 is flat. So we might see, let's see, we kind of pull back roughly about 50% from this move up. So we are sitting right at the 200. Let's take a look at the weekly. And the weekly, we're sitting right at the 50-day moving average, roughly 50% again. From here to there to here. So let me just draw a little line here. Wait a minute, that's not what I want. Let's try this. No, that's not. Okay, something like this. So we might see a little more pullback and then move back up. So we might be stuck in this range here, because you can also draw another line. I can use this point, right? So we are converging here and then break out or break down. We shall see. So that's the weekly chart. On the monthly chart, like I've been saying for the last 2 weeks, I like higher prices because we are sitting right at, well, above the 20-day moving average, and we're stuck between the 200 and the 50. So as long as we don't break below and close below the 20-day moving average, we should be good to the upside. So, well, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart here really quick. So we are stuck in this support level here. So if this is a nice big green bar, so we came down. So now if we take out this red bar, then we have a double bottom, right? If not, we're gonna move back down. So, but I think we're going up. So I like high prices on crude oil. So let's go to gold, the daily chart. First thing pops into my mind is the triple top. Okay, so we kind of had a fake breakout right above these highs, right? I mean, just the peekaboo, and it just came right back down. We didn't even hit 2,500. So, and we took out this big green bar. So once that happened, I said we're going lower. So we did go lower. So now Friday we had a green day. So we're below the 20-day moving average. So we might see a little move to the upside still and then roll over. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. So in the weekly, also the triple top. So now we had one crack and two cracks at this 20-day moving average. So the third one might break below and retest 2,300. I think that's what's going to happen. So as you can see here, we are forming triple tails, which is very, very bearish. So 2,300 is right over here. So this bar would turn red and we are going lower. Possibly, if we do, we're probably going to go to 2250 or so, 2240. But next 3 days will give us a better indication what happens in 3 days. Okay, so let's go to silver. A little more dramatic move. Silver is more volatile. So we had a 1, 2, we can call this 1, 2, and 3. Same thing here, minor 1, 2, and 3. So now the next stop for me would be $27, even $26.50. We just had a small pause on Friday. On a weekly chart, we are way below the rising 20-day moving average. So $27 is right over here. $26.50 would be roughly right over here. If that happens, then we might be just chopping, because the support from the rising 200 and the 50 gonna push the prices back up, unless this move really just breaks right through it. I mean, if we sell off really hard, then we might break, but I don't think that's gonna happen because the 20 is still rising. So that's the weekly chart. And on the monthly, I mean, this is this resistance here is just crazy. Didn't want to break above. So, but we are forming, well, we formed this bottom topping tail. So 26.50 would be right around here. Again, I think we're gonna, it looks very similar to here. We had this move up, big red bar, then a couple months of just chopping, and then move back up. So I think that's what's gonna happen here again. Move to the 27, 26.50, and then move back up. But we'll take a look at the dollar, see what the dollar's doing. Let's go to Bitcoin. So let's start with the daily here. So daily looks bullish. So we are sitting right up above the 50-day moving average. The 20 started rising now. So we came back and tested the 50, and we bounced up off the 50. But then again, we have this resistance here between 72 and 74,000. So that's going to take a lot of power and a lot of buy-in by the bulls to break above it. Otherwise, back into the range, right? So here's the weekly chart. The weekly looks bullish now. So we had this double top, like I called. We move back down, roughly, I don't want to say 50%, because if you just start with the 50-day moving average, the 200-day moving average all the way here, so that would be 28,000 to 72,000. Then we came back to 55. Yes, let's call it 40% retracement. Or yeah, I was expecting a move a little bit deeper to the 52,000s, but we didn't get that. So, in the monthly chart, so we did, as you can see by this tail, we did close, I mean, we did move down, but we just reversed. So we got this now bottoming tail way above here. I mean, we just, so this looks bullish to me. This should see a continuation on the monthly chart. So that's Bitcoin. Let me take a look at the 4-hour chart here really quick. Yeah, the averages, we are sitting above the 200. The 50 and the 20 is rising. So one would think we are going to continue lower because this was a pretty good move up. Okay, let's go to the dollar. As you remember last week, which was right over here, I called for the move up for the dollar. So we kind of did see a move up, very small move, because this 200-day moving average is resisting. So we just kind of chopped, and we are right back where we started. So I think we're still going higher. What we did was we just bought some time away from this move down. So the further away we move away from this move down, the higher the chances of just rolling over to the upside. So I think that's what's going to happen. So that would indicate also that the precious metals, gold and silver, is going down. Majority of the time, they go inverse of each other, but we have seen they go in the same direction, like over here. But anyways, let's go to a weekly chart. So same thing, I see, how come it's not drawing anything? Okay. Actually, let's try again. Let's start over here. So this kind of reminds me of what happened here. We failed to produce continuation of this red bar. So same thing here, no continuation, just produced a bottoming tail. So, and the moving averages are rising. So I think we might be going higher. Let's go back to the daily. Yeah, so I like the daily higher. I like the weekly higher. And the monthly is still looks higher as long as we stay above the 20-day moving average and we don't close next 3 days below. That's the key. So if we go higher, this red bar is going to become smaller, and it depends how powerful the move up is or down. But as long as we stay above the 20, we're going higher. And the last but not least, the ultimate bonds. Okay, so let's draw some lines again. Okay, so you see one more thing I see is that every time we see a big red bar down, there's no really a follow through. They just gaps down and just reverses. Same thing here. Big red bar, gaps down and reverse. Gaps to the channel. Right? So same thing. Big red bar, get a gap up, and we take out the bar. Okay. So I think we're going higher on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, I'm still sticking to the reverse head and shoulders. So we're having a hard time now getting below the moving averages, which are slightly declining. We are above them. So then we produce this the bottoming tail. So now once we go above it and close, continuation next 3 days will be important because of this monthly chart. Like I have been saying, we are forming this reverse head and shoulders. So we are almost above this red candle. So next 3 days will tell us if we're going to close above it or not. Or are we going to produce another one of these tail bars? But I think we're going to close higher. So that's it for this video. Please like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from the content on my channel. So don't forget, I will probably also be going live on Sunday afternoon when the market opens, and also Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Mark your calendars, and I hope to see you there. But I will be sending notification about the lives, so just look out for that. Okay, so that's it for this video. Take care, and I'll see you next video.